Okay, so real quick, I gotta get this off my chest. This is very important to mention before I get started today's video. This video is sponsored by Ask Herbie. If you guys haven't had Ask Herbie is basically an app where people come on here asking for advice, giving advice, and the best part about it is it's anonymous. Literally me and just my whole community of anonymous people were just having a whole discussion about the mixed baby epidemic and so on and so forth. It's basically a very interesting way to get your point across without having to get smart mouthed. Because you guys know how Reddit is, where people like to correct you on some smart ass shit. Well, basically, I look at Ask Herbie as the ratchet Reddit. You can come on here and get ratchet ass advice, give your opinions about controversial subjects, and you just never know what the answers will be. It's usually very funny. People on this app are a mess. And it's always fun to just scroll through and listen to just a whole bunch of messy people just give their thoughts, opinions, and outlook on situations. It's a lot more interesting and a lot more entertaining. So if you guys are interested in this app, please be sure to check it out. It's available on Apple and Android.
Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my loves. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Saw a fly. Anyways, I saw a fly. Just had to kill it with the Febreze real quick. But anywho, I wanted to do this video specifically because I like to have controversial conversations. Y'all like these random me filming in random spots all around the house. So I decided to do it, just keep doing it. And while I do this, I want to speak on a random Twitter thread that has pretty much gone viral. Long story short, I want to have this conversation about statutory rape, what's consent when it comes to minors, because this Twitter thread that has went viral, pretty much here's the gist of it. So a Twitter user by the name of Papa Tay basically showed screenshots of his text messages. He was friends with this one guy named Joe for about 4 to 5 years, right? Keep that in mind. They've been friends for about 4 to 5 years, and basically he had to cut his friend Joe off because his friend wanted to fuck a 17-year-old. His friend Joe basically said, hey, yo, Tay, hook me up with this 17-year-old Dom, hook me up with this 17-year-old John. And basically, he said, you're a pedophile. If you want her and you want to be a pedophile at your own risk, but I'm not going to hook you up with a 17-year-old girl because I'm not trying to get involved with that. That's gross and disgusting. And basically, their conversation got very, very heated. Now, he decided to screenshot it and show the world how uncomfortable people get when you bring up statutory rape. It got so worse to the point where as he started arguing in a text message, he was the only one out of the 11 people in the group chat to put him in check. He was the only one. Following that, his friend Joe sent an audio recording message to tell him that, hey, you're a mess, fuck you, I'm not statutory raping, it is what it is.
Man, nigga, you could suck my dick 3 times, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? I fuck bitches. All I was saying was if the bitch wanna fuck, I fuck. That's it. You dragging this shit on, talking all of this. And even if I wanna fuck a bitch who's 17, that's really not that bad if you really think about it. Like, it's only 4 years. That's not bad at all. Fuck you talking about? Especially if she in college and she doing her own shit, nigga. Eat a dick. Fuck you talking about, bitch.
And basically, he showed all this on Twitter. Mind you, this Twitter thread has over 200,000 likes, so you can already see that a lot of people already seen this tweet, and there's still a lot of controversy and a lot of discussion. You can kind of see why a lot of men in particular were very against this tweet. A lot of men were against this tweet, but a lot of young girls were against this tweet. Now, let me tell you why. Although he got more people applauding him for standing up to his friend, a lot of people had a lot to say, because a lot of people were just like, you're extra, you're doing too much. It's not that bad. If she's 17 and he's 22, who cares? It's not that deep. Mind your business. Long story short, basically a lot of women of all colors and ages and sizes, they basically just told him that he was doing too much. Now, although he faced a lot of controversy and a lot of positive feedback, a lot of women decided to chime in and give their perspective on his tweet and him putting it out there. And this is what a lot of women had to say. One woman said, like, is everyone supposed to always be just a year or two apart? Because I guarantee if she was 25 and he was 30, that same 5-year difference wouldn't bother anybody. And according to her logic, a minor dating an adult should be the same as 2 consenting adults dating. But okay, go off, sis. And then one stupid ass woman said, Reaching. If y'all aren't NYPD or any type of law enforcement, then do not take it upon yourself to bash someone online. If you're so concerned, contact NYPD and let them handle it. Y'all ain't ever been to New York before? Because this shit is regular out here. Get over it. Then another woman said, age of consent is 16, right? I don't see anything wrong with a 17-year-old dating a 22-year-old. But then again, I liked older men. Now, one woman applauded him and said, good, I wish someone would have said something to the 25-year-old that groomed me at 17. And a woman replied, that's a reach. Now, let me just make something very clear. This comment section is about to be hella fucked and controversial. But let me say, if you get mad at what I'm about to say, you're probably guilty. Because best believe, every time I do these kind of videos or every time I go on Twitter and somebody tweets a very controversial conversation that needs to be discussed, a lot of people expose their true colors when we need to have difficult conversations. Like transgenders. Like, I didn't realize how many people were so hateful towards unconditional love when it came to the Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union until the conversation got brought up. And then people will really show their true colors. Now, first things first, let me address statutory rape in general. Let me just put it this way. If you are under the age of 18 and the person that you want to have sex with is over the age of 18, that is gross, and I think that's statutory rape. Now, I know a lot of people can say it depends on your state. Me personally, these state laws do nothing but try to excuse a lot of these nasty pedophiles in this world, and I don't like it because it's a little bit creepy. Now, let me put it this way. I know in places like New York and New Jersey, places in Ohio, the legal age of sex consent is like 16 to 17 years old, which is fucking insane to me. So 12 states allow... So basically only 12 states allow people under the age of 18 to have sex with grown-ass men, despite being in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, hell, fucking 80s, or whatever. So, in my personal opinion, statutory rape is statutory rape. I feel like if they're only going to legalize it in certain states, they need to legalize it in all states. It's just creepy, it's very weird, and I don't know why a grown-ass man would want to fuck a legit, like, teenager. Like, that's creepy. For one, he also put a response video... Who the fuck is texting me? After he received a lot of controversial backlash, he decided to address it and give his opinion on why he thinks it's fucked up and disgusting, despite 17 being the legal age of consent in New York.
So where's a group we all got on FaceTime and asked this nigga, how would you feel if a nigga your age tried to fuck your 17-year-old daughter? And this nigga responds, if she wanna fuck, she's gonna fuck. It's not my nigga no more. It's not my nigga, cause no, bruh, no, hell no. Like, I have a 5-year-old daughter. Like, I told this nigga, like, if a nigga your age came around my 17-year-old daughter, I'm putting a bullet in your fucking head. Like, I'm prepared to do the time. That shit not cool at all. Like, that, no, bro. I will not protect or defend any pedophiles, rapists, none of that shit. Like, that's not cool. I can't fuck with them.
And after he posted that, I completely agreed with him and I understood where it was coming from. A woman decided to comment this under the video, and this is what she said. She basically said, the shit is normal in New York. Well, damn, bitch, slavery was normal at one point too, but y'all want to condemn that. Shit, it's legal to tear families apart and send them over to ICE. It's legal to racially profile so many other people. It's legal to follow a black person or a Latino person in a store and accuse them of stealing. That's legal, actually. Did you know that? So I think it's kind of funny how a lot of people love to excuse it with, oh, it's legal. But in my personal opinion, I think it's kind of creepy how grown men want to date women who are under the age of 18. Let me put it this way. I had a friend who I went to high school with, really cool girl, and basically she told me that she was 16 and her boyfriend was 24. Bitch, how? Now, because I was young and we were in high school, I kept my opinions to myself, because for me, I was just like, some girls like older guys, let me just keep my opinions to myself, although I think that's very, very gross and disgusting. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself, and I didn't say anything. And then I remember I just brought up, you know, just to see what she would say. Oh, does your mom know him? She said, oh yeah, my mom knows him, but you know, my mom is cool with it because my mom knows that I'm almost 18 soon. Since I'm 16, I'm technically almost 18, so she don't give a damn. Yeah, that's pretty fucking problematic, and it's insane how a lot of people have normalized pedophilia, and it's fucking gross. Now, I knew a girl who I went to middle school with, for example. Mind you, we're 14. We were in middle school. This was long ago. And basically, she was one of my really good friends. We don't talk anymore, but we still follow each other via social media. So, because she probably is going to see this video, I'm not going to say her name. But long story short, she was 14 and her boyfriend was 22. And she would always just tell her friends about like how she was fucking him and how she just loved him and how she just loves older guys. And I was just like cringing. But at the same time, I didn't want to judge only because I was like, hey, you know what, it's normal. Because I've been a victim of that brainwash mentality of, you know, some girls like older guys. But that's a little bit gross and disgusting. Because let me just be very clear. Young ladies out there, if you're under 18 and a man that you're dating is over the age of 18, that's wrong. It's wrong, it's creepy, it's weird. And you want to know why? Best believe that this grown man who's over the age of 18 and you're a teenager, he doesn't really want you for you. He wants you because you're the only one who's young enough and dumb enough mentally to put up with his shit. Because what does a grown man who's 20, 21, 22, 19 years old want with a 14-year-old girl or a 15-year-old girl or a 16 or 17-year-old girl? What does he want from you that he can't get from a woman his age? Because realistically, I'm sure he knows hundreds and dozens of girls that he went to high school with, that are his co-workers, or that live in his neighborhood that he grew up with, that he could easily date. Why is he scouring at high school parties to date you? Why is he hanging out with teenagers wanting to date you, wanting to get to know you? I think that's so creepy. And it's so weird how people have normalized it. And please, women, understand, if you're young and you're talking to someone who's way older than you, and they're obviously old enough to drink, and they're obviously old enough to vote, it's not okay, mainly because this man can mentally be abusing you and you won't even realize it. Let me put it this way so people can understand. Women who are in their 20s, let me ask y'all a question in the comment section. Women who are 18 and up, let me ask y'all a question. Are you the same person you were when you were 16? No, right? So since you weren't the same person you were when you were 16, why is it excusable to allow a 16, 17, 15-year-old girl to date a 19, 20-year-old? That's a little creepy, and it already showed that you can't get none from women your age as to why you have to date women who are younger than you. That's a little problematic, very problematic, and we have to stop normalizing it in general. And I think it's a little bit gross how 12 states allow girls who are 16, 17 years old to fuck a 40-year-old. Oh, she wanted a 25-year-old? Oh, fuck it, who cares? Oh, well, that's problematic. Let me put it this way. Mentally, a lot of young girls, I've heard a lot of horror stories where they're being abused mentally and they have been raped several times and physically assaulted by their 25, 26-year-old boyfriend because they're 16, 17 years old and they don't know any better. Mentally, they don't have enough life experience to say, fuck it, I'm gonna leave, I'm being abused, I'm over it. No, 16, 17 years old, you don't know what the fuck abuse is. You don't know a lot of things at that age. So I think it's really out of pocket for people to just normalize this. And I thought it was disgusting how a lot of women try to condemn the guy for calling his friend out with the, oh, well, when I was 22, or well, Jay-Z was with Beyonce when she was 18 and he was like 23, or well, Kobe dated Vanessa when she was 17 and he was 22. That's still statutory rape. And Beyonce was 18 when she met Jay-Z, so that's not even gonna get dragged into that. But anyways, it's so horrible how a lot of women wanted to just condemn him and say, whoa, you need to leave him alone. You should have left this private. It's not that deep. That's normal around here. So what? Some girls like older guys. Normally, most of the girls that I've seen that usually date older guys, they normally have daddy issues. They're normally trying to find that love and closure with these older guys that they couldn't find amongst a father figure. That's what I've normally noticed. That's not the case all the time, but a lot of times it is the case. Because it's just like, I noticed this a lot. A lot of the girls that I went to high school with, when I knew a lot of girls who fucked and dated older men, which was really weird. I went to school with a girl. This was freshman year. Her name was, I don't know. She might not even watch my fucking videos anymore. We don't really talk like that anymore. But her name was Mandy or some shit like that. But basically, she told me that she was talking to this dude, and she lied about her age and said that she was 17. Mind you, the legal age of consent in Florida is 18. She lied about her age because she really wanted to talk to him and date him, and she said she was 17. And then he said that he was 25. Little did she know, he was actually 34. So he lied about his age as well in order to make it seem like he was a lot younger. Why did he feel the need to lie about his age? Clearly because he didn't want to be seen as that old creepy guy that wants to fuck high school girls. Yikes. A little creepy. So, it's just, I just think grown men should date women or men or whatever your own age. You should only date people your own age, specifically because mentally you guys have the same headspace and the same mindset. Another thing is, a young girl who's in high school, who's 16, 15, 17 years old, she doesn't know who she is yet. So if you're in high school, don't take this personal. You don't know who you are yet. You don't know nothing about yourself. You're going to learn a lot about yourself when you leave high school, because most people leave high school and they're into adulthood when they're 18. So that's when I think it's viable and valuable to just be able to date whoever the fuck you want, regardless of age. And please don't turn this into a whole, well, I'm 25, my boyfriend is 40. What's your point? No. If you guys are two consenting adults at the time of dating, then that's okay, because y'all are two consenting adults. And mentally, you know what right and wrong is, and mentally, you're an adult physically. You're out of the high school realm. You're out of the prom night realm. You're out of that mentality of, oh my God, I gotta turn this paper in. Oh my God, I don't want to get suspended. You're out of that mentality when you leave high school. So I always found it creepy when I found what I would see, when I would be walking home from school, and I would see 24, 25, 26-year-old boys standing outside their house trying to holler at little girls. Like, I always thought that was so creepy and disgusting, but a lot of times I see a lot of girls normalize it. I would always literally be like driving by, scrolling by, walking to school, and I would see a man who's literally like fucking 25, 26, 27 years old trying to grab a 14-year-old girl's hand, like, hey, let me holler at you, let me talk to you, hey, let me get your number, hey. And I'm just like, the girl is literally walking by as if that shit is normal. Like, I'm like, girl, you better fucking run. Like, it's kind of creepy how a lot of, girls have normalized that grown men talk to them. I'm always just like, yikes, girl, you better run or run the other way. There's a lot of creeps and pedophiles out there who are going to take advantage of a lot of young girls. Because there's a lot of young girls who aren't secure amongst themselves and don't know themselves like that, so where they'll actually give into this kind of things. A lot of young girls have insecurities, and a lot of young men too. A lot of young people have insecurities when they're very, very young, to where if they see someone giving them attention when they give them love, they're like, oh, fuck it, I don't give a fuck if you're 65. I'll fuck you. I'll date you. Blah, 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 blah. And that's not okay. So that's why I think all throughout the world, the legal age of consent needs to be 18. Because that's when you're old enough to leave school. That's when you're old enough to work. That's when you're old enough to vote. And I think 18 is a reasonable age to date whoever the fuck you want, regardless of age. But under 18, yeah, there's plenty of people who are your age that you can be fucking and dating. It's weird, it's creepy, and mentally there's a lot of girls out there who dated grown-ass men who will straight up tell you, well, I wish I was a little bit older before I got into a situation with a grown man, only because mentally he was doing some really fucked up shit to me, but if I was mentally 25 back then, I wouldn't have tolerated a lot of it. You feel me? You see where I'm coming from? A 25-year-old woman, or a woman who's 22 or 23, she's not going to tolerate a little man who, who lives with his mom and ain't shit, doesn't want to do nothing with his life, doesn't want to go out and get a job, doesn't want to get his shit together. Like, a woman who's grown as fuck is not going to tolerate that, obviously, but obviously a girl who's 16, 17, 15 years old, she'll tolerate. Because best believe, when we're all young, a lot of us normally date people when we're young, when we're teenagers, based off of looks. Oh, you're attractive, I'll date you. Oh my God, you look good, I'll date you. Oh my God, you're this, you're giving me affection, I'll date you. That's literally how a lot of young girls, the mentality a lot of young girls in high school have. They have that mentality. Unfortunately, there are some grown women who have that mentality, which is pretty scary. But most grown women that you meet in this world, and most grown women watching this, I would hope, before they date a man, normally their mindset is, okay, do you have your shit together? What do you do for a living? Do you have any kids? You ever been to jail? Are you a creep? Are you a weirdo? Do you get along with your family? Are you family oriented? That's normally the questions that a lot of grown women have. Where are you mentally? Where are you physically? And how's your life going? How's your tax bracket? Where are you right now in life? That's the mentality that most grown women have, because that's called having standards and not wanting to waste your time. Most women who are grown and want to be in a relationship don't want to waste their time. And that's obvious. That's common thinking. But a lot of young girls don't have these standards because their only standard is, oh, he or she is attractive. I'm going to date you because you're attractive and you're giving me affection. Because mentally, that's all young kids want. Kids just want attention from their significant other. Hence why normally when kids are in high school, they date kids their own age because they can relate to them mentally. But mentally, when a young girl is dating a grown man who's a grown-ass child, mentally when a young girl who's 16, 15, 17, or whatever years old, who's a teenager dating a grown man, mentally, that grown man is young as fuck, still doesn't have his head straight, still doesn't know what the fuck he wants out of life, but he knows that these young girls aren't going to have standards. So he preys upon that because, oh, she's easier. Oh, you know, she's not going to ask for too much. Oh, most women my age ask for too much, so I'm going to go for the young girls. I'm going to want to have sex with the young girls, and that's really disgusting. And it's always scary and pretty crazy because I always, like, look back into, like, my normal life. For example, my grandmother, she literally got pregnant at 17, and my grandfather was 27. That's statutory rape that a lot of people have normalized in most households. And it's weird as fuck. And stop with the, well, you're almost 18. Well, you're not 18 yet. You're not old enough to vote. You're still in high school. You're still young. Yeah, stop normalizing it. And there are instances where a lot of people would say, oh, well, what about Tyga and Kylie Jenner? Because if you guys didn't know, when Kylie Jenner and Tyga first got together, I'm sure a lot of y'all remember that scandal. It was a big thing. A lot of people just saw it as a, well, Tyga and Kylie aren't really dating, even though there's pictures of them legit kissing, being on dates when Kylie was 17. And Tyga has lied about it several times, saying that we don't date, saying it on the Breakfast Club, we don't date, we don't date, we don't date. And guess what? The minute Kylie turns 18, a month later, all of a sudden they're posted up, putting each other's tongues in each other's mouths and shit. Isn't that a little creepy? That's just so weird how Hollywood turned it into a, she's going to be 18 in 5 months, 6 months, 4 months. It's not that deep. People are just want something to be mad about. That's gross. It's gross as fuck that somebody like Tyga, who was 25, and Kylie, who was 17, wants to fuck this grown man who's 25. What does, like, honestly, wholeheartedly, I really want grown people who don't agree with me to give your comments and opinions down below. What does a 25-year-old, what does somebody who's 28, 27, 29, 30, like 22, 21, what does a 19-year-old boy, 20-year-old boy want with a girl who's still in high school? She's mentally thinking about turning in her paper. She's mentally thinking about prom. What's the other shit kids do? Grad bash. And fuck, what do kids do? Damn, I'm old. What else do kids do? Pep rallies and shit. I don't know what the fuck kids do. But mentally, kids have that mentality. They're worried about what Miss Smith gave for homework. They're worried about who fucked who in high school. They're worried about, oh, who got their first kiss. They're worried about who lost their virginity first. That's what they're mainly worried about. But a grown man who's literally 21, 22, 23, 24, and older, a grown man who's 19 years old and older, he's mentally worried about taxes. Most high school students don't even know what the fuck that is. Most high school students don't know what the fuck the IRS is. Some of them don't know what the fuck auditing is. That just reminded me to do my damn taxes. Oh my god. I really gotta file them shits. I keep fucking forgetting and procrastinating, but I'm gonna get that shit done. But most kids in high school don't know what the fuck a damn bill looks like or what real bills are. But mentally, these 18, 19, 20-year-olds who are going for these young teenage girls, they know what a lot of that stuff is. Mentally, they're ahead in life. And mentally, a lot of the ones who don't have their shit together are the ones who want to go for the younger girls because they have such low standards and they have such low shit in life that they go for someone who doesn't need much mentally and physically. So hence why most of the beautiful women out there who are grown as hell are single, because they don't want to date they don't want to date boys who are mentally young as fuck. But anyways, so as far as this tweet and as far as this whole normalization of statutory rape, it's a conversation we all gotta have. It's a conversation we all gotta have, especially because a lot of people just act like, oh, it's not that deep, it's not that serious, it's not that serious. But every week, there's hundreds of men hundreds of men of color who are being arrested and are being registered sex offenders. And for grown women out there who are going to try to tell me that I'm wrong and I'm ignorant, I'm this, I'm that, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I said, you're probably guilty of being in these kind of situations or enabling these kind of situations. Now, for example, let's talk about, shit, I'm going to drop something. I'm going to drop my damn water. Oh, for example, there's too many men, literally thousands upon thousands of men all over the world, are ruining their lives because they wanted to get some poom poom from a young 15, 16, 17-year-old girl. Little girls out there, please be mindful that if you want to fuck with a grown man, there's a possibility that you can ruin his life. Because if you didn't know, look at Nicki Minaj's boyfriend. He's currently facing federal charges right now because he forgot to register as a sex offender. And for those of you guys who aren't too sure what sex offenders are, here's an even deeper breakdown. Sex offenders are normally people who wanted to fuck with little kids. And that's what Nicki Minaj's boyfriend did, but this video is not about him. But long story short, he registered as a sex offender, and that's what the grown man that you're trying to date or trying to have sex with is going to have to do. And guess what? A lot of jobs don't like sex offenders. You can't get many jobs. Wherever there's kids, you can't be within a 10-mile radius of children. You can't be within a 10-mile radius of kids, period. You can't go to parks, you can't go to libraries, you can't do a lot of things. A lot of jobs aren't going to want to hire you if you're a sex offender. People are going to think that you're a creep. And guess what? A lot of the times, these girls who fuck these grown men consented to it. But guess what? The law doesn't play that shit. So if you're trying to have sex with a grown man and you know in your state that it's illegal, yeah, best believe if you get caught and they find out, he's going to have to register as a sex offender and that's going to follow the rest of his life. There are a lot of grown men out here who are literally in their 40s and 50s who are fucking with a 17-year-old when they were damn near 19, 20 years old, and then caught a sexual offender charge. And guess what? That follows them for the rest of their life. Even though they grow up mentally, that's going to follow them for the rest of their life. Even if the dude was 18 and the girl was 16 years old, that's still going to follow him for the rest of his life. Because people don't play that shit when it comes to kids. Because kids don't know themselves. Kids don't know what they want. They're blinded by their thoughts, by their childish thoughts, to where they don't even know what a relationship is. They don't know what a real relationship is. You got people who are 14, 15 years old talking about something, I had my first love. The fuck you mean you had your first love? Bitch, you're 15. Oh my god. I've always cringed whenever I heard people who are 15, 16, 17 years old claiming, oh, my first love, my first love. Oh my god. Can y'all slow down? Some of y'all kids need to slow the fuck down with the nonsense of, oh, I had my first love. Oh my god. I can't wait to lose my virginity. I know a girl who literally said that if she lost her virginity before she went on to high school, mind you, I was in 6th grade at the time. She said if she lost her virginity before she entered high school, she'd be proud of herself. Ooh, Chile. Anyone that's going to sit up here and enable that kind of behavior, anyone's going to sit up here and try to make it seem like just because someone is 3 to 4 years apart and that man or woman is grown as fuck and that child is still a teenager, anyone's going to say, oh, well, it's only a couple of years apart. Ooh, Chile. Some of y'all are always exposing yourselves on this app, and it's funny as fuck how a lot of y'all, Chile. It may be legal in certain states, but a lot of things that aren't okay are illegal. For example, smoking cigarettes. Fucking horrible. Millions of people every 5 years die at the hands of cigarette. And aren't cigarettes still legal? A lot of things like, for example, what's another thing that's legal that a lot of people do? But y'all get the point. A lot of things are legal, but that doesn't mean that it's morally okay. So, let's just put it this way. I want everyone to be mindful that pedophilia is a conversation that we all gotta have, and just because a rape isn't brutal and a rape isn't forceful, because that's what everybody thinks. Everybody thinks that's only what rape is. People think that a rape has to be somebody being pinned down and being penetrated forcibly, but that's not the case. A lot of times, rape could be manipulation. Also, I'm so surprised I forgot to mention this. I knew a girl who basically said that her and her boyfriend, let's put this into translation, she was 14, I believe, and her boyfriend was like 27, and basically they were having a lot of problems in their relationship. They were fighting, they were arguing a lot. A lot of it has to do with time because, you know, she had cheerleading practice, some shit, I don't fucking know. I'm just grossed out by even telling the story. But long story short, the guy basically manipulated her and said things like, well, maybe the reason why, you know, we're not close and the reason why, you know, we're not, you know, getting along lately is because we haven't had sex yet. Because, you know, I know, since, you know, basically since you're a virgin or whatever, long story short, he basically said to her, if we had sex, then maybe we'll get along more. And it's just like, that young girl fell for it. And I'm not even going to say her name, but long story short, that girl fell for it. There's a lot of young girls out there who are falling for that. These grown men are playing these mind games on these girls who don't even know themselves yet. So this young girl gave into that. She gave into that and thought, oh, okay, maybe he's right. Maybe I should give into having sex. Because these kids think that a relationship means sex. People think that a relationship means sex. In a relationship, you don't have to have sex. A relationship isn't all about sex. Or if it is about sex for a lot of y'all, so maybe you guys have to reevaluate why a lot of y'all are still in relationships. A relationship isn't sex. It shouldn't be just sex. So if you guys only value sex more than you guys actually value the connection, there's a lot wrong with that. That's pretty problematic. And I feel like people have to stop normalizing bad behavior. So that situation that I just told y'all about, that's why I think it's not okay for young kids, teenagers who don't know themselves yet, to get in a situation where they're getting with a grown man who's over the age of 18 or at the age of 18 in general. Like, date someone your own age. Because a few years from now, 10 years from now, that girl's going to look back from that relationship and she's going to say, damn, that person abused me. That person treated me like shit. That person set the bar really, really low for the kind of person that I should date. So, wow, no wonder I went down the wrong path of dating horrible people or terrible men. So you see where I'm coming from? But when you date someone who's a teenager, mentally, you'll look back and say, we were both young. We were both stupid. We didn't know any better. But that grown man who wants to fuck that 17, 16, 15-year-old girl definitely knows better. So that's really what it is. Oh my God. Water break. All this shit talking got me sweaty and shit. Now the reason I'm sweaty as fuck and I probably look very rough is because I'm doing some spring cleaning and shit. Because I like to mop my floors at least once a week. And all this shit talking just got me sweating. It just got me hot. So yeah, that's why my fucking fridge is open. Because I need some cool air in this bitch. But, you know, like I said, stop normalizing pedophilia, okay? It's not okay. It's not okay. And it's pretty much prominent everywhere. And I know a lot of people who are probably watching this video who are triggered right now or probably quiet. A lot of y'all probably know someone who's in a similar situation as what I'm referencing to. A lot of the stuff that I'm referencing, a lot of y'all probably know someone who's in a similar situation. A lot of this stuff is normal. I remember I was following this one guy, Instagram famous dude, and basically he's from New York, and pedophilia is statutory rape in general is very popular in New York. A lot of grown men are fucking 16 to 17-year-old girls because a lot of the girls out here look very much older. But anyways, he basically put on his story and said, hey, I need me a younger. I'm tired of these grown women who want all this extra shit. He basically said, if you're 16 and up and look older, hit me up. I'm just like, what the fuck does your bum ass who smokes weed all the fucking time want with a 16-year-old girl? You want to pollute her mind just like how your mind is polluted? You want to brainwash her into thinking that she ain't shit, and then the fact that you're older feels flattering? And that's why a lot of young girls date a lot of older guys. From what my friend told me, she's a grown woman now, but from what she told me, one of my friends who's 25 years old, the mademoiselle, shout out to her. Basically, she told me that when she was younger, it was flattering that grown men talked to her. And she gave into that a little bit. Like, she talked to them or whatever. I'm sure she didn't do anything with them. But she talked to them, gave them her number, associated with them, and so on and so forth. A lot of young girls think it's flattering that they look older. It's so creepy that a lot of young girls think that it's flattering that, oh yeah, you look older. You look so much older. You look so much older. Like, for some reason, that's a compliment. Because, you know, kids want to grow up fast. Kids, when kids are kids, they want to be 18 so badly because they see social media, they see all these kids, they see all these people who are mentally kids. They see all these people on social media and on TV who are living the dream, living their life, doing all these cool things, and they're just like, damn, I can't wait till I'm grown. I can't wait till I'm an adult. I can't wait, including me. At one point, when we were all young, we all couldn't wait to be older. And now that a lot of us are older, we're just like, oh shit, I'm getting old. Isn't it a little bit like so backwards? Such a backwards cycle. But anyways, a lot of young girls think it's flattering that a grown man wants to talk to them. A lot of young girls are immune to that, and they're just like, that's gross, that's weird, not with that. But there are a lot of young girls who aren't being protected by their mothers and their fathers, and they're falling into this trap. They're falling into these traps of these grown men who are preying on them when these grown men know who they are, and these young girls have no idea or don't have a sight of who they are and don't have a sight of standards. They don't have boundaries. So the only boundaries a lot of these young girls have is, do you look good? Okay, let's date. And then that becomes like some type of puppy love or whatever. But yeah, kids don't know what the fuck they want when they're dating, so on and so forth. So grown man watching this, if you feel guilty, leave the kids alone. And for all the girls out there who have dated grown men out there, if you were a consenting adult at the time of you guys dating, that's fine. If you're a grown woman and you're 21 and your boyfriend's like 31, there's nothing wrong with that, because as long as y'all got together when you were a consenting adult, that's reasonable. But if you're a teenager in high school and he found you on social media, that's a bit problematic. And maybe you should reevaluate why he really wanted you, but not someone his own age. And please, don't comment on my shit, age ain't nothing but a number, or it ain't nothing but a number. That damn Pretty Ricky song, fucking disgusting. That damn Aaliyah song, I'm not gonna lie, I still bump Age Ain't Nothing But a Number by Aaliyah. That's my shit. I love Aaliyah. And then that damn Pretty Ricky song, I still bump that song. But a lot of those shits are disgusting. And that's being instilled into children. That pedophile shit got kids thinking age ain't nothing but a number. Age is very essential to dating, because it's a part of who you are. It's a part of how much life experience you have. Age probably doesn't identify your intelligence. You might be mentally mature, because a lot of us were mentally more mature when we were younger. But your age is so important when it comes to dating, because when it comes to dating, although you might be mature, there's a lot you have to learn about life. There's a lot of time you have to spend on Earth before you can really give in to someone who's already spent more time than you on Earth. So I guess that's the gist of what I'm saying. I guess that's the end of this video. I hope a lot of you guys watching this gain something from this. I hope a lot of y'all have very detailed explanations as to why some of y'all may not agree with me. Because if you don't agree with me, you're going to have to give a detailed explanation as to why. And it better be justified. Because if it's not justified, yeah, you've normalized pedophilia. And I think you should, look yourself in the mirror and go to sleep knowing that you've normalized pedophilia. But my camera's about to die. It's hot as fuck. I'm burning a lot of electricity. I need to finish cleaning up. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys join my Patreon. It's as low as $2. You guys can join it and get letters and gifts from me, so on and so forth. So join it. Search TROYCETV on the Patreon app. Also, click that car marshal link if you guys are interested. If you guys don't know what car marshal is, basically clicking this link, visiting the website, searching for a price. Click this link and I can get paid per click. That's just the best way I could put it. And yeah. Make sure you guys check out my podcast. I do an episode every fucking week. If you guys like more of these late night chats where I'm sitting on random spots in my house, which I'm going to start doing more because y'all like it, then let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what other controversial topics I should talk about, because there's a lot of topics that a lot of people aren't ready for. I need to start doing more of these videos because, yeah, I wanna see how the internet takes these kind of conversations. But yeah, that's that. Like, comment, subscribe. Choice out this bitch. You say about my age, girl, age ain't nothing but a number. It ain't nothing but a number. You say about my age, girl. Now age ain't nothing but a number. It ain't nothing but a number. Hey, yeah. That's all you get for free. Make sure you guys check out my podcast. All you gotta do is just type in "time out with choice" and you'll find that shit. So yeah. Comment what video I should do next and what song I should sing next.